You're watching Round Roanoke, your source for what's happening in the Valley. I'm your host, Margaret Hunter-Wade. Last summer, Roanoke earned the title of 2012 All-America City for the Star City Reads initiative to ensure Roanoke children are reading at grade level by the end of third grade. This community-wide initiative has three components, including school readiness, school attendance, and summer learning. Here to tell us more about the program and activities planned for this summer is Sheila Umberger, Director of Roanoke City Public Libraries. Hey Sheila, thanks for joining us.
Hi, how are you today?
So first of all, congrats. It's quite an honor that you helped Roanoke achieve. And I think it's something that maybe people haven't heard about because we're still rolling it out. So tell us what Star City Reads is.
Well, Star City Reads is basically the plan that we won the All-America City Award last year, and it was for our plan.
Okay.
They felt that our community had the capacity to improve grade level reading by third grade, and that's a very important moment in a child's, when they're doing tests and stuff, that's very important.
Okay.
That children are reading by that time.
Sure, and you've mentioned a couple of times community, so obviously this is certainly a community-wide initiative. So how is the community coming together to tackle this issue of third grade reading?
Well, we're doing extremely well. We actually just had the training for our first Star City Readers, which are our volunteers, and we're actually doing a pilot program with 2-year-olds at 2 preschools with Smart Beginnings. And community is the right way to approach it. We did that in our application, and that's the way we are in our plan. So we're working with TAP Head Start, Smart Beginnings. We're working with Carilion Research Institute, and we also picked up new partners like the Roanoke Children's Theater. We're doing Stuart Little, and we gave away books to 800 children recently.
Okay.
So there's different elements to the plan that we're moving forward really well. Probably the biggest thing right now is our summer learning. We actually just started today, and we have 6 weeks, and we're doing a joint camp with the city schools. To give a perspective, I think, on how that can impact us, is last summer we had 300 children in that camp.
Wow.
This summer we have over 2,500 registered. I think those are the type, you're doing things well and you have a bright spot, we're just expanding that.
Sure.
So children will be available and able to learn through the summer.
So why summer learning? That, you've made that a third tier to this very important program. Why the focus on summer learning?
Well, statistically, if a child takes the Spring PALS testing in reading, and say
And what's the PALS?
It's a state test that assesses several things, but in this particular case, we're looking for what level they're reading on.
Okay.
So a child may be reading at, say, second grade level, but they're in the second part or third grade.
Right.
So over the summer, if they don't read or they don't participate in camps, they actually fall behind 4 more months.
Wow.
So a child, if you consider that every year from kindergarten on, by third grade, that really is a pivotal moment.
Right.
So we really want children to do well with that, and then they'll do well in school all the way through to graduation.
Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. So you kind of touched on it, but there are some programs that where the community is offering to ensure this continuation of learning through the summer to hopefully combat that issue of falling behind. So in addition to the camp that you mentioned, are there other opportunities for folks to get involved?
Yes, well, I mean, altogether in 6 weeks, the library is going to actually be in charge of almost 375 programs. So
that's amazing. There should be something in there for everybody.
Well, a lot of that is, it can be, we want to say that learning can be fun, it can be a family activity. So our entire program is from birth to adults. We have an adult summer reading, and people can come and attend family programs. We have Farmer, Miner, and the Library Pig next week. A lot of them are fun family programs. The idea of that is that people come into the library or they come into the school and they learn that reading can be fun.
Right, which is such an important part of staying with it and incorporating it into your family. So my next question for you is not necessarily for those who could benefit from a program, but more for folks that are watching this and saying, well, I don't have anybody in the going into third grade or even below that age, but I want to help because this is an important cause. What do you how can they step up to the plate?
Well, specifically, we need volunteers to be readers. We need volunteers to sponsor book kits, because one of the things that's different about Star City Reads is when the reader goes into the program, they take a bag of books.
Okay.
Because we found that children that are from less affluent families, when they start kindergarten, they may have 10 books. a child that's from a family that reads, they may have had 300 books in their life, and it affects their vocabulary, it affects how well they do. Right. So one of our key components is to have volunteers do that. So we take book kits in. So for example, this summer we're doing our pilot program with 2-year-olds. Every single week the children will have a board book that will be theirs to keep.
Excellent. That's great. So these are some wonderful opportunities in a way truly for everyone in our community to get involved. So just quickly, where can they get more information if they want to attend a program or get involved from another level?
They can go to our library site. They can also call the main library youth service department.
Okay.
And also we have a website for the Star City Reads,
okay,
as well as brochures.
Sheila, thank you so much for coming in. It was great speaking with you.
Thank you.
You can find out more about the Star City Reads program and other events happening in the Roanoke Valley on the community calendar that's coming up at the break. I'm Margaret Hunter Wade, and you're watching Round Roanoke on Cox 9. Thanks for tuning in.